Hello, my beautiful Soul Tribe Collective. Welcome to the channel Ascend With Me Tarot. My name is Dawn. Alright, guys, so we're going to jump right in. I've already been meditating and praying and calling in my protection and protection for you too, the ones who catch this reading. So I've been hearing in my head all morning, the captives are set free. Okay, the captives are set free. And I've been really talking to spirit or communing with spirit about that reading, the warlock reading that we did last night. Okay, and the question that keeps playing over in my mind is, now that we know, how do we take our power back, right? Like what is required of us to break free, to be empowered, to reclaim the divine feminine power for the lineage. Okay, so that's the question that I was gonna ask, and I'm still gonna ask, try to get some insight and answers about. But then when I sat down just now and I was asking spirit, I was like, okay, just pull some topic reading or some topics around what we're going to talk about today. This came up: twin flame reading and don't go back. This is a true ending. So this is what I'm getting, guys. I don't know, it's got to do with our perception of what is the twin flame journey, is what I'm getting here. I don't know, guys. It's almost like, oh, how do I say this? Twin flame, don't go back. This is a true ending. What if your twin flame is your captor? What if your twin flame is that King of Pentacles energy in reverse? Or what you claim, what you perceive as your twin? I don't know what I'm seeing, guys. I don't know. We're going to dig, okay? We're just going to investigate. We're going to dig. And as it comes up, I'm learning along with, as I'm speaking, as Spirit's showing and revealing things, like I'm learning, okay? But I'm here to share whatever they show me. I'm going to share it with you. And we, Divine Feminines, are claiming our power back. We, my lineage, your lineage, the ones who were placed under that King of Pentacles spell, are getting justice. Okay? Now, I had someone reach out to me earlier, my cousin. She was like talking about, someone kept telling her she's under spell work and this and that. And she's been asking me about it for a while. This is the only answer I can tell y'all when it comes to that, because I know what I do know is the only way that I've been able to break free. And let me tell y'all, I was under some heavy oppression, mental attacks, emotional oppression, and things that were not mine, okay, that were spell work, okay. And the way that I've battled it, the way that I've overcome, was, number one, it's all God, divine, leaning into God, finding the source, and reconnecting with the true source, which is God, the divine energy, the essence of love. I had to purify my soul, purify my thoughts, purify my actions, purify my heart, study protection magic, and heal. You have to. This is what my understanding of how to break free is. You have to be connected to the divine. You have to know what your true power in that divine connection means. You have to go within and heal and purify yourselves of negative energy, whether it's addiction patterns or negative thoughts or negative emotional energies due to trauma. Whatever it may be, you've got to face it. You have to face your fears. You can't feed your fears anymore, because God says that fear is unjustified in any form. So maybe that's the key. You don't fear this oppression or this spell work or these things that come up in you, you face them. And you stare fear in the face. And you lean into the divine, you lean into God, you lean into your faith, and you claim back your power as a healer, your power as a divine being. And you face that fear. You don't feed it with anxiety and doubt, anger, sadness, resentment. You don't feed it more negative energy. That's what it wants. It wants the negative energy. It wants you to stay in negative energy so it's like you're that source. It's like you create all of this negative energy within yourself, and then it feeds off of the negative energy that you create. But if you stop it at the source by connecting to the divine source, you're no longer willing to create that negative energy within yourself because you're healing and you're taking your power back. And you remember that fear is unjustified in any form, and you walk by faith, then you cut it off at the source. You cut off that fear source, that this spell or whoever this energy, whatever this energy is that feeds on it, you cut it off. It can no longer feed on it because you're no longer creating it within yourself. Does that make sense? That's what Spirit's been showing me. And I don't know all the answers. I'm just telling y'all what I've seen, what's been working for me, okay? You know, fear is a normal reaction as a human being, but the courage to face the fear, that's what it takes. It doesn't mean you're not going to feel fear, but it's required for us to have the courage to recognize the fear and to know that we have the power over it, okay? We don't have to feed it. We don't have to continue to feed the negative energy. We have the power. And we stand in that power when we're connected with the divine source, with creation, right? So anyways, let's get into this reading, Soul Tribe. Yeah, you need to be encouraged, right? We have to encourage ourselves, encourage one another. The energy, we've got to change the vibration one person at a time, and you can only change your own vibration, okay? But you have to do the work. Twin, but you and them think it's karmic. What is that? Angels have a message. So let's get into this twin flame reading, okay? It's like, guys, what I'm picking up is these so-called twin flame energies that we've gone through this karmic healing with. I'm grateful for them. But I truly, what I'm starting to learn and truly believe is that your only twin flame is your higher self. Your spiritual self is your twin flame. We're out here looking for our twin flame in a person. But with that twin flame connection, there's a cost to pay. You have to pay a cost to the devil energy. When you're connecting with the twin flame in the physical, right? Like when you think it's another person. Yes, there's people that you go through contracts with that you work through karmic contracts, right? It's karmic. You think it's karmic, and you're like, I don't know. Is it my twin? Is it my karmic? Is it this? Is it that? What if your twin flame doesn't even walk this earth with you? What if your twin flame is your higher self, and it's about creating space? It's like these false twin energies that are in the physical come in to work these karmic contracts out with us so that we will heal, so that we will learn to love unconditionally, so that we can create space within ourselves, so that your true twin flame can merge with you. Your spiritual twin, your higher self, can merge with you in your physical self. What if that's the truth of the matter? I don't know, guys. I really don't. I know that we're all here to heal ourselves and heal with one another, but we only can do that by taking personal responsibility, right? We can't heal another. We can guide each other. We can speak our experience. We can wonder with one another, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, right? Because if you don't ask questions, you're never going to get to the truth, right? But so ask questions. Like right now, what I'm talking about, right? Like, I don't know the answer. Spirit hasn't revealed it all to me. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling, what the insights that they've been showing me are. And you may agree and you may not agree. You may think that you might believe wholeheartedly that your twin flame is another being that's going to come in and fulfill you, and you're just going to walk off into the sunset with another person, and it's just, oh my goodness. I mean, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. I no longer really believe in that. I do believe that our twin flames are our higher selves. And then these contracts that represent our twin flame in the physical, they're karmic. Maybe that's the spell. We're looking to fill up from the world. Like the reading I did last night, y'all may or may not have watched it. There's only a few views on it, but it was talking about the only source is the divine source. And so when we're walking around trying to fill ourselves up with anything other than the divine, then you're always gonna have a deficit. You're always gonna have a price to pay. Right? So I don't know, guys. But I'm not, I don't know, Spirit. I'm gonna put this back because I'm not ready to go there yet. I'm not. I'm still, I need some more information. Yeah, we're here to protect the children though, right? We're here to learn the mistakes of the past, learn from those mistakes that our forefathers made, learn from the illusions that have been spilled to us as truth, and protect our children, okay? We gotta confront the issues head on. As things are revealed to us, even if it's different than what the world says or what everybody else believes, you got to be willing to confront the lies, confront the illusions, and step into divine love. But your divine love may not be in this lifetime, like your partner. Yeah, karmic, not your twin flame or soulmate. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That take it as a grain of salt, whatever that was that we just talked about, okay? I'm still understanding, trying to dig, but let's get into the reading. All right, Spirit, so the question, let's go ahead and get an overall energy for the collective, and then we're going to look and see how do we claim our what steps or what energies or awarenesses or insights do we need to be in to help us claim, our power over that King of Pentacles in reverse energy, over that spellbound energy. Number one is walk by faith and not by fear, I'm hearing. But what is the overall energy coming up in the collective moving forward? We've accomplished something huge, collective. Okay, just understand that. Wherever you're at on the timeline, you were sent here to wake up from the fear, wake up from the illusions, wake up from the lies. Okay, you were sent here to remember that separation from the divine source is a lie. You're never truly separated, but you have to claim it. You have to remember it. You have to know how to tap into it, right? And it's like everything in the world wants to create a fear in you, to create a blockage from your ability to depend strictly on the divine, to just tap into the divine alone, right? Like we live in a system that's been set up in that way, okay, to try to keep us dependent so that we keep creating fear for that system to feed off of, right? So we have to break free. Yeah, it's time to show the world the real us. Show the world the real you. So this is me stepping out. This is the real me. I don't know all the answers, collective, but I do know what I've been through. I know what I've survived. I know what strengthens me. I know what Spirit teaches me and guides me into understanding. And I know that I'm more empowered now with the things that I'm learning that sometimes I don't even want to believe are true or accept, but it empowers me than when I was asleep, living in a world of fear and trauma and chaos and giving my power away to my oppressors, right? So it's time to step out and show the world the real divine selves, okay? And believe in the impossible. It's time to believe in the impossible, Spirit's saying. Okay, so this is the energy for our collective, that all things are possible. And your source is the divine source and the divine source alone. Okay, this, right? Hold your vision. Don't let the world come in and you know, steal. Okay, steal from you. And when it comes to these romantic cycles, there's a fiery climax that's approaching. Okay, my perceived twin flame, guys, let me just go on and tell y'all. Okay, when I told you guys I went through the storm and everything that I went through, if I would have succumbed to that, I feel like I would have been, I mean, honestly, guys, I really felt like I was being tempted by like the devil energy at that time. Okay, it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like there was a price that needed to be paid. Okay, it's time to surrender to the divine in all your ways. But yeah, nothing will come of this situation. It's the end of a tough cycle. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like we've been placed under an illusion, and it's through relationship with one another. Okay, it's through some sort of relationship with one another, whether it's a twin flame or soulmate connection or just needing to be fulfilled by your. It's like trying. It's almost like, think about the Bible. When all the people were asking for we got to have a king over the people. We got to have a king over the people before God appointed the very first king, right? But we never really needed a king because God is king. Divine source is all. So this whole, that's when the whole system of those above others was put into place, right? Power seats and things like that. But we never really needed that. But we asked for it and God gave it to us. But look where it's led us. It's led to corruption, okay? It's led to oppression. It's led to, I don't know, power struggles, right? Same thing with like contracts, soulmate contracts, twin flame contracts, things like that. Why are we asking for these contracts when God is the only contract you need? When the only thing you truly need is this contract with source, with your higher self. But we all want to, we can still have connection with each other as we move through the world. We're supposed to, in order to grow and heal and express divine love. But when we started trying to place one another in that seat that God belongs in, when it comes to each other's lives, that's when I think we took a turn. Right? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like God will give you what you ask for, but only until you realize that what you've asked for is not, it's like it's just trying to replace the truth. You have to see the truth. I don't know. Anyway, so let's talk about Spirit. I want to know about my Soul Tribe Collective who are currently battling, you know, to see the light, battling to see the truth, battling to figure out how to come out of their own oppression, right? From that King of Pentacles energy. Because you guys are my lineage. You might not be my blood family, but you're my lineage. You're my soul tribe. If you're hearing my voice, then you're part of my crew. And this is what we came back to do, is to set the captives free. And you're the captive. Set yourself free. And as you set yourself free, you pass on the wisdom and the knowledge, the divine truth to those around you. You protect the children. You protect them from the illusion. You protect them from replacing the divine in their lives with the illusion. So what is the current energy of the people that we are currently talking to that's going to get this information? Yeah, you guys have decision. Okay. Yeah, the current energy is Ace of Cups. You get a choice to make. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, or the Two of Pentacles. What I just said. So you have to choose. It's like choosing the Ace of Cups, which is God, or you get to choose a soulmate, which is another. It's like God's going to let you make a choice. It's your choice. But just understand what you're choosing, what you're asking for. Okay? There's nothing wrong if you think you need to be filled up with the Two of Cups and you got to have a soulmate. I mean, you got lessons to learn, right? But you get free will choice. Are you ready to look at the Ace of Cups? Are you ready to accept the Ace of Cups, the true you? To step into the truth? Believe in the impossible? Or do you still want to, play around with these contracts? Do you still want to play around and pay the price? It's completely up to you. God paid the price for all of us. I don't know guys, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing as I go. Take it as it resonates. Leave what you think's crazy, okay? The Spirit's saying believe in the impossible. So it's the ones I'm talking to right now, God's reaching, it's like you're being talked to too. Your spirit team is talking to you. You've probably gone through pure hell with these soulmates you've been choosing, right? It's because God wants you to turn around and look at the Ace of Cups, though, right? You're facing the Two of Cups, and you're juggling. Look, this is God's offer up here, but you're not looking at it. You're juggling. You're actually not juggling. You're reaching for this one pinnacle, the Two of Cups, your soulmate, right? But if you'll notice on this soulmate card, both of their heads is bloody, right? They're both bloody. Okay, it's a cycle. But here you are reaching to be fulfilled, right? Reaching for that connection that's gonna just make everything okay, that's gonna fill you up. But then you got your back turned to the Ace of Cups, which is the pinnacle that's dropping from the sky, that's coming from the spirit realm, coming from the divine. This is your higher self. This is your higher self. This is your unity. This is the true unity. It's you and your true twin flame, you and your true soulmate, which is your higher self, your divine self, the self of source that is never separated from source. Your higher self is never separated from source, ever. But somehow we stepped into an illusion and we gave our higher self seat away to these lower based energies that we feel like have been our twin flames that really create these cycles of trauma and fear in us so that they can feed off of our trauma and our fear. Yeah, we grow and we heal, but why do we even need to grow and heal? It's because of the cycles we went through with these same energies. If we never would have turned our back on the Ace of Cups, we never would have need to go through the karmic healing. We would have been fully divine, fully healed, fully provided for, fully understanding at all times, right? But as a people, we asked for something and God gave it to us, right? And we've experienced it, and now it's time it's time for the ending of that experience. It's time to come into the truth. It's time to come home, I'm hearing. It's time for a reunion. A reunion with divine truth, right? A celebration. Receive the love of God, right? The true Knight of Cups, the true love offer. The one that truly protects you, the Seven of Wands, right? So let's see how, we do that. Or before we get there, let's just go ahead. Let's see a difference between the Ace of Cups energy and the Two of Cups energy. So it's all about your choices that you make, collective. I mean, it doesn't mean you don't have to you can't and you won't be in connection with one another. We all, but we should be able to adapt freely through connections. We don't need to hang on for dear life. This is my soulmate. Oh, I got to be with them. This is my twin. Oh, I got to be with them. Why? You learn from one another. You pour into one another. And if it's not a pouring into one another situation, then why hold yourself there? Because you bought into the illusion that you have to. You bought into the illusion that this contract says, this is my soulmate. This is my twin. I have to. When someone's not pouring into you, they're creating trauma within you. They're putting you in a karmic cycle so they can feed off of you. So they can feed off of your energy. Basically, is what I'm getting here. Okay. It's like the divine self versus the devil self, the lower self, the higher self at war with the lower self. The higher self manifests in the divine. The lower self manifests in each other in our karmic energies, is what I'm getting here, okay? So tell me about the Ace of Cups energy. Please clarify the Ace of Cups. Yeah. It's a burden, right? We feel like it's a burden to have to walk alone. We feel like it's a burden have to to lean on the divine. Why do we feel that way? Because there's intense pressure to do better, be better, love better, show up as a divine being. Like it's too much pressure. So we try to turn our back on that, and we chose this instead here in the past. I don't know. But this says it could be intense pressure of feeling overburdened. Other possible things suggest that you're feeling trapped, depressed, or having no control over your circumstances. Okay, yeah, it's like, because when we choose the Ace of Cups, it's not really even a choice, it's a surrendering. And honestly, what I'm getting from this is like when you do choose the Ace of Cups, that's when God carries your burdens for you. Right? Tell me one more on the Ten of Wands. Yeah, the burden is the Two of Cups, which is what I'm just saying. It's like the Ace of Cups. It's an illusion. It's an illusion that the Ace of Cups is the burden and the Two of Cups is the blessing. That's an illusion. That's the spell that we've been put under in some way. Okay? The Two of Cups represents a union. So that's that energy I'm feeling like when we choose to go in union with another. The burden is that we're putting that other in the seat of the divine, of the higher self, of the true union. We're giving that seat away, that union, that partnership away. Tell me about the Two of Cups over here, please. Yeah. And then we always end up being left out in the cold. So you choose these soulmates. We choose to invest in another person. We choose to give our power away to these soulmate contracts, for example. Right? We choose, that's what we travel towards, that's what we communicate in, but it always leaves us lacking. Right? It never reaches the fulfillment that you're looking for, right? The Ace of Cups helps you carry your burdens. The Two of Cups applies burdens, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, when you choose the Two of Cups, you're always going to go through some sort of like financial or emotional like trouble. Right? You're always, and it might look all good at first, and this is my Prince Charming. This is everything I wish for, but there's always going to be some issues that's going to come along, and either you're going to surrender to the person that you gave your power away to, or you're going to take your power back and you're going to turn around and look at the Ace of Cups. Like there's always going to be issues. I'm not saying you don't work on relationship. I'm not saying you don't grow with one another. You do. But this is about like it's like feeding into the illusion that you're not sovereign on your own, right? Feeding into the illusion that in order to be fulfilled, you have to have like a soulmate. You have to have a lover. You have to have family. You have to have somebody to make you feel like you're a somebody, or to make you feel like you're loved, to make you feel like you're important. Like it doesn't require anybody else for you to be able to validate the fact that you are loved, you are important, right? You just have to remember your own divinity and validate yourself from the source, is what I'm getting here. What is the Two of Pentacles? Yeah. So the decisions that we've been grasping, what we've been grasping for with this Two of Cups, that's actually going to lead to like the Five of Pentacles, okay? It comes from this energy of being depressed or sad, right? Feeling like we can only be, it's like instant gratification instead of doing the work on your inner self, right? It's like we're looking for distractions in one another, right? help us overcome our sadness, our depressions, our feelings of if you're not feeling validated within your own self, and you are going through like sadness, depression, and any type of lack, then that's because somehow, some way you've distanced yourself from your source, from the true source, whether it be by fear, okay, doubt, or by your own choices and your own guilt. I don't know, right? But you're never gonna find your truth, your healing, the true awareness when you just keep repeating these cycles, keep grasping for these cycles over here. Until we turn around and face our burdens, face the fears, and look at the difference between the Ace of Cups energy and the Two of Cups energy. The energy of standing in our power with the divine, standing in our power and knowing how to tap into the divine source through our faith, through our divine love, through the fact that we have to go within and heal ourselves, and we can't be healed by any other. And as long as we keep choosing the Two of Cups, we're just choosing distractions from regret, distractions from sadness, and it always is going to lead towards the Five of Pentacles, right? We have to go within. It's like when we choose the Two of Cups, it's like we're looking for distractions from going within. We're tying ourselves even deeper into the matrix, right? Every time we choose to be distracted, every time we choose not to find the real selves or believe in the impossible. I don't know, guys. That's what I'm getting though. So, Spirit, what is the choice? The choice is to surrender your authority to the divine. Stop asking for kings to be put on the throne, I'm hearing. There's only one king, one source, one love. This emperor says issues related to authority. Although the emperor represents worldly power and wisdom, he understands that peace requires a willingness and ability to defend it. He stands for all things fatherly. This card indicates assertiveness and rationality will take you a long way. Tell me more, please. The truth. The truth of the true authority. Where the true power, the true authority, your true essence, who you truly are. The truth. Choose to see the truth. Choose to see the divine. It's like there's fear associated with turning to the Ace of Cups. I don't understand why. Maybe it's because of our own perceptions that have been conditioned into our psyche, that we should be afraid of God, that we should be afraid and feel guilty of our past. And I don't know why it feels like it's a burden to surrender to the divine. I don't understand. I think because it comes with a lot of fear, because you have to purify. In order to turn to the divine, you have to go within. You have to purify yourselves. You have to be willing to face your fears and purify yourself from those lower energies in order to accept the divine cup, the Ace of Cups. So a lot of us are afraid to look at certain things. So we choose to grasp for the Two of Cups, the distraction. And so we just continue to perpetuate cycles of lack, cycles of sadness, cycles of unfulfillment. Because we're afraid to stand in the truth and look at the true authority and to do the work that's required. When you turn and look at the true authority, when you grasp for the Ace of Cups, it comes with it requires you to do the work. It requires you to face things. It requires you to heal. It requires you to step out of the illusion and be, flexible as you find the truth. It requires you to be dependent. on source instead of feeling like you're in control. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Yeah, it requires you to stand up for and confront the things in the world that you're afraid of, right? The things that are the lies. It requires you to step into your light and shine a light on the darkness. And when you're a light shining light on the darkness, on the untruths, you're going to get a lot of conflict. You're going to get a lot of conflicting energy sent towards you by those energies that want to keep us in the dark, right? They're going to want to come and fight you, battle you, oppress you even more, right? Because they don't want the truth to be revealed. They don't want to lose their source that they've been feeding on for centuries. That source of fear, right? Anyway, Spirit, so how do we take our power back? Stop denying the truth. Stop denying. Acknowledge your fear. Stop denying your fear. Work through your fear. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So we have to come out of denial of our fears. We have to go through this rebirth into the spirit. What else? We're going to look at this. Yeah, you have to make healthier choices. You got to purify your heart and your mind. You got to surrender your fear to the Most High. You have to depend on spirit and trust that you are protected and provided for. You have to know and look at the world around you with healthy eyes. You have to honor your physical vessel. So make healthier choices that are going to lead to you to, like when you're making healthier choices for self, it's going to lead to healthier energy within self, right? Like when you're no longer out here trying to do things your way. It's saying, yeah, you've got to let go of regret. I know I cannot change the past. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, right? We can't hold ourselves into the past, into guilt, and you can't change the past. What you can do is acknowledge it, acknowledge who you were and who you're no longer are. Acknowledge your fears, acknowledge your mistakes, acknowledge that. Because without acknowledgement, there's no true change. You have to face those things that you want to deny about yourself and others. You have to acknowledge those things. But you can't live there. You can't live in the regret. You can't live in the animosity. You can't live in the guilt. You can't live and just continue to make unhealthy choices because that's the way it's always been, or because it's just the easier way. It's hard to turn around and take the Ace of Cups and to face your fears and to face your burdens and come out of denial of who you and those around you are or have been. That, the fact that, we've been giving our power away and siphoning power off of each other by perpetuating energies of fear, of pain, of trauma. And it's like Spirit saying, don't be afraid of letting things end when they need to end, because with every ending is a new beginning. Don't be afraid of change. Have courage. Have courage to deal with your grief. Have courage to stop denying the grief. Stop. It's like, that Two of Cups energy. It's like we don't want to look at the grief. We're looking for a distraction. We want to live in denial that we've separated ourselves from the divine source through our fear, through our unhealthy choices. We've become impure. We want to deny the fact that our hearts and our minds have become impure because we fed into the fear matrix, right? We fed into the regret and the guilt. We fed into the fact that we need a king in the world over us. Why? We don't. We never did. We only needed to remember our own divinity. That we're always going to persevere, right? You're always going to persevere. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Take your power back, right? That's where they attack us, is in our mind. They want you to believe that you need to depend on this, or you need to depend on that you don't have power to do this, or you don't have power to do that, that you're shameful, you're wrong, you should be guilty, you've done this, you've done that, you can't change, you can't take your power back, you can't make healthier choices, you've already made too many bad choices, right? You're not gonna be okay. You're not gonna persevere. God's gonna turn his back on you because you've done this or you've done that. That's not the truth. They create fear in us to turn us away from the true source. And then they feed on that fear and they keep us trapped and captive in a fear cycle of regret, of lack, of trauma bonding. And they keep us from seeing the true power and authority by keeping us distracted with one another. Anyways, this is crazy. So I got to go back to work. I just want to pull, only take what resonates with y'all. Okay, guys, take what resonates, leave the rest. But let's just pull. How do we break free? What energy, how do we break free? Father God, Holy Spirit, how do we break free? Oh my goodness. Health. We got health out here twice. So making healthier choices, having healthier perceptions, believing in yourselves, having confidence in your own divinity. Stop trying to basically distract yourself with one another. Show up and be the divine love in the world instead of looking for divine love from others. Like, be that love. It says, allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me to be loving and be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. So what I'm getting from this also is, don't put yourself under a cycle of guilt and that you can't be forgiven, that that you should be shameful or live in regret, or that you've strayed too far from the divine. Right? Don't put yourself under the illusion of the devil and hold yourself captive in hell, is what I'm hearing. You've always been set free. You've always been free, but you have to remember that. Be tender to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Be divine to yourself. Yeah, these relationships are creating challenges. And that's okay. We're going to learn, grow, and heal through these relationship challenges. But just understand, we chose this when we decided to put one another in that seat of the divine in our lives. Doesn't mean we're not meant to have relationship with one another, but we're meant to have divine relationships with one another because we're in union with the divine, so we know how to do that, right? But we've been having these challenging relationships because we've been putting each other in that seat, looking for each other to fulfill one another, looking for our twin flame to be someone in the physical that's gonna come in and fulfill us. That's not the truth. It says unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. So even though we've gone through these, it's meant to turn us back to the Ace of Cups. It's meant to show us the truth. It's like God gives you what you ask for until you realize that what you ask for is not what He has planned for you, is not for your highest good even. But it's going to be used to turn you back into the Ace of Cups, to turn you back to divine, turn you back to the true twin flame, which is your higher self. which is union with your divine self, union with divine source, instead of trying to fill your energy and your source up with things outside of yourself or that are in the world that will always leave you short, unfulfilled. Anyways, it says unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. So that's why we have to learn to surrender to God's will, the truth of God's authority, the truth of the divine's authority over all things. Relationship. I call the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I don't need to fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. So being adaptable in all of your relationships, not trying to cling to one another. Relationships come into our lives to challenge us, to grow us, to reveal the divine to us, and to reveal ourselves to ourselves, right? The relationships are necessary parts of transformation, right? But when it comes to the perception of we need one another, we can't adapt, we can't change, we can't, like when you want to cling to a relationship for dear life, I think that's when you know, it's going to lead to the Five of Pentacles, right? Leave you lacking. Because relationships are meant to flow in and out of our lives. We're meant to flow in and out of each other's lives to help each other grow, to remind each other of divine love. And if you're in a relationship and it's not reminding you of the divine's love, if it's not, you know, a loving divine relationship that's filling you up in ways that aren't on the physical realm, but like are spiritual, right? It's a spiritual exchange. Then it's going to be one of those relationships that's trying to hold you captive in the lower realm, okay? So all relationships should be divine relationships. All relationships should be giving of divine energy, receiving of divine energy. And if it's not, then it's karmic. I don't know, guys. Anyways. What else? Yeah, find your sanctuary in your own self-acceptance. This is what I'm trying to explain, y'all. I wish I could explain it better, but I'm just trying to figure it out myself, okay? But your true sanctuary is through the self-acceptance, not needing another person to accept you. And no matter where you're at in relationship to one another, you can stand in your own power and be validated in your own self and adapt through relationships. Like adapt. Don't cling to one another, but adapt and grow and just love each other, right? It says a sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your own heart. Self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. So being in union with God, in union with your higher self, means, you know, you accept the fact that you're not perfect, but you also accept the fact that, you know, you're a divine being here to give divine love. Like you learn, you grow, you know how to walk in your divinity, right? And you don't need, you're not always beating yourself up, trying to be the best this, the best that, or you need to be better, you need to do this, you need to do that. You're just experiencing life and flowing through life, but you're walking in hand with the divine, and you're showing up in this life as a divine being who's here to give love and give to the world instead of take. Right? The true beings who have the true power are the givers. You would think the takers of the world have the power, but that's not the truth. The ones that truly have the power are the ones who can freely give. Okay? So anyways, I know this was like all over the place, y'all, and this is what Spirit was showing me. We're going to get off here. I got to get back to work. Let me just pull anything else you want to add to this before we go through it. Yeah, it's time to be authentic. Stand in your authenticity no matter what, and you'll never go wrong. You can always be your true self. Never change yourself to fit into another's story, because then you're going to find yourself in trouble. You're going to find yourself oppressed. Like, if you can't be your authentic self, then create boundaries, right? Find the place where you can be authentically yourself. Change me, divine, into one who has the courage to be my true self. And remember, show the world the true you. Allow me to honor my sexuality, desires, and needs as sacred expressions of your divine love. So all these things that we want to hold regret and guilt and shame about are all parts of our sacred divine selves that are meant to be expressed. Who told you you were a sinner because you did this or you did that? Right? I mean, God tells you what's right and what's wrong, but like before the world came along and told you, well, if you think this or if you feel that way, it's sinful. Right? You felt it before the world told you it was sinful. So when the world came along and told you it was sinful, that's when you started the cycle of guilt and regret around whatever it may have been, right? For example. But before the world and people came along and said, well, that's sinful. You shouldn't this, you shouldn't that. It was just you and God learning and growing and experiencing, right? Revealing through whatever it may have been. Do you know what I wish I could explain this better. Anyways, be your authentic self and work it out with God and God alone. Let God reveal to you what is right for you and what is not for your highest good as you walk along your path. Right? Let your path be revealed to you from the inside out and not the outside in. Because when you got the outside trying to tell you everything that is God and isn't God, then you're getting right. You're trying to live up to like the Matrix version of things, right? But that's the oppressive system. That's the system that wants to keep you separated from the true God, the true power of God within yourself. Okay? The true relationship with you, between you and source, okay? Yeah, let the divine nurture you and nurture your emotions from the inside out, okay? You are a spark of divinity, and release your strong emotions. It says, change me, divine, into one who accepts my body exactly as it is. Accept yourself exactly as you are, okay? Seeing it as a vessel for your love. Fill me with gratitude for this physical form. Let me nurture and care for myself in every way. Change me, divine, into one who can easily access all my feelings. Let me bless and release anger, resentment, or bitterness, or guilt, or shame, or regret. May I release any emotions that block happiness and contentment. So anything that blocks your walk of happiness and contentment in this world, in this life, which is a gift from the divine, okay, then it's part of the oppressive system. So it needs to be faced. The burdens need to be dealt with. The fears need to be dealt with. The distractions need to be dealt with. And find your zen. Find your peace within. Okay, find your authentic self and just be who you are. Find your clarity from within yourself and find your answers between your personal walk with the divine through divine assistance. Find your clarity, your authenticity, your rights, your wrongs through your divine assistance. That's how you're going to break free from that King of Pentacles in reverse energy collective. Don't look for your answers from others outside of yourself. Yes, you grow, we talk to one another, we guide one another, but you have to find out from within yourself what's right and what's wrong for you. Right? What's part of your divine path and what isn't. Divine Assistance says, change me, divine, into one who is willing to receive all the right help. Let me feel deserving of divine assistance in every way. Open me up to receive. And let go of your fear, collective. I invite you, divine, to move through me in all ways, guiding my actions in every moment. Let me release all fear and feel unbridled openness to the new. All right. I love you guys. Please like, share, or subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this. Yeah, this is what they're showing me, though. So take it if it resonates. Leave what you don't want to take. I'm just here to share with you as it's shared with me. And I can only trust what my spirit guides me to see, guides me to know, what my divine assistant shows me. And I'm just willing to share it with you. Yours may be completely different. I mean, I'm not holding me or you in a box, collective, okay? But this is what I've been shown. I love you guys.